welcome back to United Rock Nations, and today we're with Puppy, a great British band, and this is Jock, their singer.
Hey, how's it going?
So, you're the newest rage in London.
Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah, I know, a couple of people said that. Yeah, we're just, our album's just come out literally today, so yeah, we're trying to become the latest rage in London. We'll see how we get on. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, congratulations at first on your debut album.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
How was the experience?
Oh, it was really cool. Yeah, it was. Obviously, you know, we've never done one. Even in the bands that we've been in before, we've been in various bands, but it was always like EPs and like smaller releases. Mm-hmm. So we'd never done an album before. So it was a really cool experience being able to say, you know, we've made one and it's out and stuff. But it was cool. It was a long process. It took a long time. Which we didn't think would take as long as it did, but it's the way it happened, you know.
Cool. So now that you've not lost your soul, well, kind of sold your soul to Satan.
So, yeah.
Is it all sex, love, and rock and roll?
I wish. No, it's a lot of driving in vans and playing to no one. That's pretty much what we've done so far. But no, it's fun, man. We love what we do and we love the music we make. And yeah, that's all we can ask for, really. Yeah.
The media seem to love you. Actually, you've got you've had a review on The Guardian on the one to watch.
Yeah.
Have you had feedback on the album yet?
Started to. Yeah, we've had a lot of reviews come in. It's been really good, man. Like, it's been really nice. I think, you know, with the debut, there's a lot to prove. And especially, I think we were quite lucky that early on with the band, we got some, you know, a bit of press, a bit of coverage. People saying, like, you know, we're really excited for the album. But that was like 2 years ago. So I think having that time in between meant that the expectation kind of grew a bit. But so far, people seem to really like it. You know, they seem to be happy with what we've done. So yeah, it's cool.
And have you had a chance to try out the new songs live yet?
A couple, yeah. We kind of, I think we worked so intensely in the album that you know, mixing it and recording it and remixing it and just like really working really hard. That I had to I think we all had to take a bit of a step back and just kind of leave it for a bit and let it come out. So now that it's out, people are saying, "Oh, I can play this song live." We were like, "Fuck, we haven't even thought about it for so long." Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna try and learn some hopefully before our next gig. That would be cool.
Right. Could you tell us a bit more about the studio experience and to what extent is writing an album different than writing an EP?
I don't think the writing. I don't think we treat it any differently. I think you know, I go away and write songs just, you know, by myself at home, and then we as the band, you know, learn them, and then with a lot of the heavier riffs and stuff, that tends to be worked on by us as a group. That's where we kind of have fun as musicians a bit more, and we'll, you know, modify stuff and change things. And that process, I think, it was the same. Hopefully we just got a bit better at it for this one. But I don't think there wasn't too much that we kind of thought like, oh, we're doing an album, so we should do this. The only thing I think we wanted to do was Will, our bass player, sings a song on the album called "I Feel an Evil," and that was something that I always liked as a fan of bands. I think on the first Jimi Hendrix album, I think it's the first one. There's one where he doesn't sing. I always really like that. I think it's Noel Redding, the bass player. He sings a song. I really like the MC5, and there's a song on their second album where one of the guitarists sings. I think it's Fred Sonic Smith. If I got that wrong, I'm really embarrassed. But I always liked it when another member sang a song, so that was something that we wanted to do. But generally, apart from that, we just wanted to keep it, just try and write the best songs we could, and keep it kind of simple, keep it, and just write the best stuff we could.
Cool. Could you tell us a bit more about maybe the central theme that is Satan, like the name, the goat, etc., and the videos that are really intriguing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think all that kind of stuff. It's kind of, I think, in the same way with the music, there's a kind of period of rock that we're really big fans of, which is kind of like classic rock and metal, and you know, bands like early Ozzy Osbourne, even and Black Sabbath and stuff like that. All the kind of Satanist imagery, and you know, I guess even with like bands like Merciful Fate and Candlemass and stuff, they have this kind of Satanist element, which is almost a bit kind of cartoonish, which we enjoy. Like, so we have to find a way to kind of use that stuff, but we can't say it seriously. You know, I can't say like, you know, I love Satan, but we can find a way of taking that and making it our own. I think that's something that we, with the videos and the artwork and the music, is something that we kind of try and do.
Yeah, I can't help when I'm listening to your album, I can't help thinking about Ghost, but with irony and humor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think actually, like, you know, one of the things I do like about Ghost is I think they do have a lot of humor, like, and a lot of irony. I think that's kind of one of the things that maybe lacks a bit sometimes in modern rock. Not that it should be ironic, but maybe a bit of self-awareness. And I think it's kind of a shame that, and no disrespect to someone like Steel Panther or something like that, who do, you know, great at what they do, but you know, they're a band who take the kind of like classic rock elements, and it's like kind of comedy band, and that's really good. It's a great thing, but I guess we're trying to find a way to take elements like that, but not make it into a comedy thing. The songs are still, you know, the subject matters are quite serious and stuff like that. But I think what we more want to do is just make it fun. I think that's a big thing for us. Make rock that we think is fun and not overly like serious in terms of the way we present it, I think. Yeah.
Talking about the subject matter of the songs, could you tell us a bit more?
I mean, I think it's one of those things where usually it'll be, you know, it'll be kind of like inward facing, you know, a lot of it's to do with, you know, I know like love and, you know, like sadness and a lot of kind of emotional stuff. I think I, particularly as a singer and as a lyricist, I've never felt particularly comfortable kind of, you know, being kind of like aggressive or like being like, and I think that's a kind of trope of rock music that we've had to kind of navigate our own way around, because a lot of the music, and it's music that we really like, but a lot of it will be kind of, you know, like saying, I don't know, like, you know, singing about some woman is I'm gonna come get you, stuff, which is not us at all. Like we don't like that. So we have to find our own way to kind of talk about that, you know, not talk about that, but like a way that we would feel comfortable speaking about subjects, and one of them is obviously like inward facing. So it's, you know, it's easier to talk about yourself than talk about other people in a way. Like for us anyway, I think. Yeah.
And what about your musical education? I mean, have you had other bands before Puppy?
Yeah.
How did you come to music?
Well, me and Billy, our drummer, we went to school together, so we've been friends since we were like, you know, 12 years old. We were always in bands, and our band would change every week. It would be like a surf band, and then it would be like a garage rock band, then it would be like, you know, like a Rage Against the Machine like rap band. Like it would just constantly change, because you're picking up all this new music, and you're like, oh, you throw this out and you find something else, and I think that was a really kind of informative time for us. But then when it came time to form this band, me and Billy had been playing in more kind of I think the kind of indie rock, garage rock side of Puppy, you hear, that was kind of what we were doing before. And with Will, he had a background in kind of doom stoner stuff, so, you know, stuff a bit more kind of Sleep and Black Sabbath influence and things. And when we kind of met up, I think we both wanted a little bit of what the other one was doing. I think Will, you know, is also very much into like, you know, the Beatles and, you know, Neil Young and stuff like that, and he wanted to do music that had more of that element as well. And for me and Billy, I think we wanted to do something that was heavy, and we could, because we love playing riffs and stuff, we couldn't find a way to do that in what we were doing. So when we all kind of met up, we were able to kind of try and maybe mix those things a little bit more. And I think we've just slowly been trying to get better at doing that, and hopefully we've done it okay on the album.
Yeah, definitely. We can sense actually all of that.
Yeah, oh, okay, that's cool.
Said,
Yeah. Nice.
And could you tell us a bit more about Spine Farm? I mean, what's the path from when you created the band in 2014 and Spine Farm? What are the obstacles, the cornerstones maybe?
Yeah, well, it was kind of, I think we were talking to a couple of labels around kind of end of 2016, after we put out a second EP. And yeah, when we met with Spine Farm, we met with Dante, who's our A&R there, and he's like, you know, he's a real legend. Like, you know, he's worked at Kerrang in the 80s and worked at Warner on some like our favourite albums. And when we just, I don't know, it just worked when we sat down with him. It was just so cool talking to him, because we were just fascinated to hear what he had to say. And I think his background being very involved with a lot of older rock bands, which is the kind of era of rock and metal that we're probably more interested in. It felt really cool because it was, I don't know, just all the reference points, I felt like he understood them really well. I think sometimes with speaking to kind of rock and metal press or even labels or anything, some of the reference points they might have for us aren't really that relevant. You know, a lot of kind of modern metal bands is not really our cup of tea. So so we got chatting to him, and it was great. You know, it's and with the album, he really encouraged us to kind of take our time, I think, and make sure the album was really good, which is nice because I think sometimes you hear about
deadlines.
Yeah, exactly. But it was the opposite. We were going like, oh, we want to put it out, we want to put it out. And they go like, no, slow down, it's fine, don't worry about it, don't worry, take your time. And it was totally right. There's a song called World Stand Still on the album, which is our second single, which wasn't on there initially. Like, that was a demo that I had that, you know, we weren't really that excited about, and the label were like, you should really kind of record that. And we were like, okay, fine. And we loved it, yeah. It became like one of the favourite songs, so yeah, really cool.
And what does it change signing for a label?
Bit more money, that was nice.
Are you helped in some ways? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you basically have. It's not only someone you work with in the sense that they find someone to do your artwork, or they help you out with this and that. They're also kind of mentors as well, and they've been through this process before. And for us, it's all new. So to have them kind of being able to say, just give us advice on everything. It was really, really good, really helpful. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now you're opening for Monster Magnets.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's really cool. Yeah. They're legends. They're like a really cool band, and it's so sweet of them to take us on tour because. We're definitely not selling any tickets for them, so they're definitely just being kind by having us out on tour. It's a really cool experience. We're playing, especially in Europe, the biggest shows we've done. We played in Berlin, I can't remember how much it was, 2,000 kind of cap room. So, and for us, we would never be able to do that in Europe. So it's really cool being out with them, yeah.
And now a kind of political question. Is the Brexit making things harder for artists to tour in Europe?
It hasn't got to that point yet. It remains to be seen. I mean, part of me hopes it still won't happen, but who knows now. That's what other people have said, that you'd have to get visas to work in all the countries touring through Europe. But yeah, we don't know yet. I hope it doesn't. Otherwise, I think for UK bands particularly, it'll be really tough to get around, especially when you're like early on, because you have no money. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed it doesn't happen. Yeah. We'll see.
And so, what are you most excited about right now?
In general. I don't know. There's a remake of Resident Evil 2 that's come out the same day as our album, and it's a game I really want to play. But we're on tour, so we can't play it yet. So I'm really excited when we get home. I can go play that game.
Cool.
That's my main thing.
Yeah. And what's in your playlist, guys?
On my in the van, we've been listening to. I've been listening to a lot of Paul Simon. Still Crazy After All These Years. Love the album. We listen to a lot of Wings, Band on the Run. We listen to that a lot. Band called Halas, who are really good. I think they're Norwegian. They might be Swedish. I think maybe they're Swedish, but they sound a bit like kind of Fleetwood Mac, something like that, like harmony guitars and stuff, but like really, really cool, kind of proggy. The last Mastodon album I'm still listening to a lot. I really enjoyed that. I have to get my phone out and look at like what I've been listening to. Earth. I've been listening to a lot of Earth actually. Okay. We've been in the van traveling a lot and like having nice like instrumental like. It's really cool. You can look at the view and like we were driving through like the Swiss Alps and stuff. So like big mountains and like listening to like that was cool. Yeah, got a lot of that.
I bet.
Yeah.
And have you got any advice for any pieces of advice for new bands?
For new bands. I mean, creatively speaking, I would say just do your own thing. Like, don't pay any attention to what anyone else is doing. That might not work, but for us, that's something that has worked. I think in bands I've been in before, we've been maybe a little bit more conscious of like, I don't know, trying to fit in somewhere or something. And then as soon as we stopped caring about that and just were like, let's just make exactly what we want to make, then it kind of everything clicked a bit better. Because I think people can smell insincerity. I think if they get the sense that you're trying to jump on a bandwagon, or it feels fake, and people are way more interested. I mean, I certainly am in someone kind of just doing something original and just doing their own little thing. So I'd say that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
One last word.
Yeah, go for it. One last word.
Yeah, for you.
Okay. Yeah, check out The Goat. It's out today, 25th of January. Spinefarm Records. Yeah. I hope you like it.
couple. Thanks.
Cool, no worries, thank you.
Hey, I'm Jock from Puppy. You're on United Rock Nations, and check out our brand new album, The Goat. Yeah, hope you dig it.